glad you found New Friends, my podcast. I'm Jordana, I'm 20, I live in Nashville, and I moved here right after graduating high school to pursue my dream of being a singer-songwriter, which basically means I skipped the whole college thing and dove headfirst into trying to make music and make sense of life at the same time. I started New Friends because I wanted to create the kind of space I've always needed, a place to talk about the things we're all trying to figure out: friendship, confidence, self-worth, following your own path, and everything in between. Some episodes are solo, some are with guests, sometimes the conversations even turn into songs, but every episode is rooted in honesty, vulnerability, and feeling a little less alone. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to New Friends.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of New Friends. I'm Jordana Bryant, and today I am so excited for today's episode. We have the amazing Riley Roth with us. Thank you for being here, Riley.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for
Oh my
today.
gosh, I've loved your music for so long, and I feel like you always just write the most heartfelt, sweet songs that are perfect to send to someone who you want to let them know that you're thinking of them.
Aww.
They're so beautiful.
Thank you for saying that. That's so sweet. I'm such a fan
gosh.
of you and your music, so I'm so excited to just get to chat more today with you.
Same here. And I feel like we also have kind of a little bit similar of a story in the sense that we both moved to Nashville after high school and didn't necessarily do the traditional college route that a lot of our friends did. And I feel like it's something interesting because in music, there's a lot of people who don't go to college. There's a lot of people who do go to a college like Belmont or something.
Totally.
But I feel like kind of taking a non-traditional path is always a little bit interesting because even if it's not music, there's so many people who go and do their passion after high school. But
Absolutely.
It can be kind of weird when your friends are all doing the same thing and you're not.
Oh, for sure. For me, I grew up in a college town too, which I think extra made me kind of the freak of the group for not doing the college thing. I think a lot of my friend group actually stayed in my hometown and went to Penn State. So I grew up in State College. We're both Pennsylvania gals.
Yes, Pennsylvania gals.
You're familiar with Penn State, I'm sure. But yeah, it was really odd for me to not fit that mold, especially in high school. I think at that age you want to fit in so much and kind of do what your friends are doing, and definitely a scary jump to kind of go against the grain. And growing up, my mom was a teacher, so my whole life I always imagined I'd go to college. Even though I wanted to do music my whole life, I just kind of thought that's the thing to do. But I remember, so I started making trips to Nashville when I was 16. I lived here 2 weeks at a time, back in Pennsylvania for 2 weeks at a time for about a year and a half, and did some online school, which also wasn't really the norm for a high school experience. But I remember on a trip that I made to Nashville, this one producer said to me, he's like, well, you can always go back to college. If things don't work out down the line, you can go to school, but you can't really get these pivotal years back. So why not just go for it? Mm-hmm. And that was the moment where I was like, oh, I mean, that's true.
It is.
18 to 21, I feel is such a pivotal time in life. And I think it's when you're really discovering yourself. So I'm very grateful that I got that experience under my belt in Nashville, writing songs, figuring out who I am as a person, but also who I am as an artist. And I'm sure you can relate to this, but I feel coming to Nashville and entering into some of these writing rooms and just really finding my people, the young songwriters in town, that was my college. Mm-hmm. I really sunk my teeth in and really got my footing in this town, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm, me too. I feel also there's a lot of careers where you can't necessarily learn what you need to in a classroom.
Amen. Yeah.
Brain surgeon, please
go to college.
Please
Absolutely.
sit in the classroom.
No, for real.
But they also have medical school and residency where they're in the environment and learning hands-on.
Absolutely.
Which is an equally important part of it. I mean, well, maybe you should first learn the anatomy. But for music,
sure.
It's you kind of need to just be writing songs to learn how to write a song.
For sure. Yeah. And I recognize I think if you are new to Nashville and you don't have any connections here, like you said, Belmont, MTSU, those can be great paths as well. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, I'm just really grateful for that trip experience going back and forth in high school. And like you said, I feel just getting out there and writing songs, whether you go to college or not. Like that's the thing to really like get you in Nashville.
Totally.
You know, we're a co-writing town, like cup of coffee, just like asking everyone to meet. Like that's basically what I did my first like 3 years here. It was like I just have to meat anyone and everyone.
And you grow up so much by doing that and by being on your own. And
absolutely.
Kind of the same as college would be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But I look back at that, like I moved down here. I didn't know anyone my age. I was very grateful to like know adults. I mean, 18, I guess you're an adult, but I didn't feel like one.
You're not.
But it's not like my parents like dropped me off and I like knew absolutely no one, but it was still very scary. Like I didn't have roommates. I moved down and I lived on my own, which was very
That's
like
a bold choice.
It was a bold choice. And I think it made me grow up very quickly, which I'm grateful for. But there were definitely a lot of FaceTime calls to my parents because I feel like high school prepares you for a lot, but there's a lot that it doesn't.
Right.
Like even like I remember I signed my first rent check and I looked over at my mom and I was like, I know there's a line and then is it X over 0, 0? Is it X over 0, 0? And then the line. And she was like, oh my gosh, what am I signing you up for to be in a different city?
Maybe I should come with you.
Yeah. No, my parents really came down and visited a lot and checked it on me, which I'm very grateful. And now they live here, which is just the best. So I kind of got to spread my wings and then now I have them back and it's the best.
That really is the best because it's like family. Even when you're an adult, you always want your family around. I mean, if you're lucky enough to have a family that you're close with,
absolutely,
it's just the best to have them
nearby. Yeah,
Did your parents ever want you to go to college? Because you said your mom was a teacher.
Right. So I actually applied. I said I wanted to apply and see if I would get in. And I got into both schools that I applied to, which was MTSU and Belmont. And then I was like, okay, I did it. I'm not going to go.
Wait, that was literally me too.
Wait, really?
I applied to Belmont and then once I got in, I was like,
that was like enough for me to know like I
so
did
we did
it.
The college thing.
We did. Yeah, we kind of did it, you know. And no, I think I'm the youngest of 4 and actually none of my siblings finished college.
No way.
They're all very successful. We're all doing great. Everyone's happy. I think if I would have been the first kid to be like, I'm not going to school and I'm going to go chase this like really risky, like no promises career path, my parents might be like, whoa. But thankfully I had siblings before me who kind of paved the way of like going against the grain, I guess, with that. But yeah, no, my parents have just been super supportive like my whole life. My whole family has been. I think they saw just like how seriously I took this from such a young age. So I'm really grateful that I had their support.
I love that. Yeah. Also, if there's one way to convince your parents to let you pursue music, it's to write beautiful songs about them, which you've so done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Can you talk about the super viral father-daughter song and dance that you posted a few months ago because you got married?
Yes.
And I was looking today because I knew it went like super viral, and I said this before when we were talking, but like 50 million views across like 3 or 4 videos is wild.
It's been so crazy. I genuinely was not expecting that to happen. Obviously I, being a songwriter, I dreamt of writing a song for that specific moment for my father-daughter dance with my dad, basically my whole life. And I think it got put on my heart a little bit more as I wrote a song for my mom for Mother's Day a few years back. And that has just grown and become so much more than I ever thought it could be. But I think it just put that more in my heart that I wanted that for my dad too. I wanted to tell my dad how much he means to me. And so I got together with Kyle Schlinger, my now husband, and Donna King, who I wrote When God Made You My Mother with. And I told him I want to write this song. And I was like, it has to be right though. Like I can't just like do it and make it the moment if it's not like perfectly what I want to say. And so it actually took 2 writing sessions to do just because I really wanted to take my time with it. And I just kind of started thinking about this idea of like my dad's given me so much throughout my life and like I'm gearing up for him to give me away. And us songwriters, we kind of like think of, oh, that's kind of clever, like the give this, give that, give me away, and so we started writing that just from a very authentic place of my dad has given me throughout my life. And one of my favorite lines in the song is, you gave me the silver lining way I look at life. That is just so true about my dad's character and kind of what he's given me to help shape mine. And while we were dancing to the song at the wedding, he actually like leaned over into my ear and was like, that's my favorite line. And we were both just like crying, and it meant so much to me that stood out to him. But yeah, I was not expecting that to like go viral or anything, you know. I didn't even think about it being anything more than just that moment. But a few of my bridesmaids at the wedding actually were like, Riley, you have to post that. Like we were crying. And so I reached out to my videographer and got some of the raw footage and put together a little video, and it ended up blowing up, I guess, as they say.
Which is so amazing.
Oh, it was so fun, and just a fun way to like get to continue living in wedding bliss. Like after the wedding, it was like we went on our little mini honeymoon, Kyle and I, and then I got home and like it was like back in the wedding, because it was just responding to comments, and just it was so fun. Yeah, I'm just so grateful that song has been used by so many people and has just become bigger than I thought it could be.
I mean, that's just amazing. I think also people can tell the real emotion that's in the video. I feel like that's one of the things when you don't really expect something to go viral and you're like, I'm just sharing this really real moment from such a special day. Like people can tell that it's so authentic, and it had everyone, it had me tearing up. I was watching it.
Oh no.
Like the first like 5 seconds of the video, you like start talking and your voice cracks,
choking
and I'm
up.
Like, oh my gosh.
So we did a cry count on the wedding day, and we stopped when the ceremony started, because we were like, at this point it's ridiculous. But I'm not kidding you, Jordana.
Wait, can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 13.
Okay, you're kind of close. 18. But
18?
That's like an astronomical amount.
A lot.
Like I didn't
I was already guessing pretty high.
And I'm not exaggerating at all. Like that doesn't include like a tear up. That's like a full-fledged.
No way.
Like I had like no makeup on my face by the time I walked down the aisle.
Did Kyle cry?
Oh yeah, he cried for sure. Yeah,
Guys,
it was very sweet.
During weddings is the cutest thing to me.
I could like choke up thinking about it again. Like no, literally. And then of course, like I'm the type of person, if I see anyone else cry, I'm gonna be waterworks. So seeing him cry, I mean, we were just a mess.
Are you like normally a big crier?
Oh yeah.
Me too. Because
Like
I'll see an ad on TV that's like a sentimental ad. I'm like, why am I tearing up right now?
No, I cry probably once a day. That's like embarrassing
Sad
to admit.
tears or happy tears then?
Both. Like I just feel my emotions very strongly. Like TikTok is like, you never know.
I know.
I was crying last night. Was that this morning? I don't know. And Kyle was like, what? I think it was this morning. I've already cried once today. I was like, I can't. It gets me. He's like, you need to get off your phone. Like the animal videos, the sweet videos, the sad ones.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous, but
funny.
It's who I am. So
you know what? That's a good thing. You feel your emotions.
Yeah, I think it helps us songwriters.
I agree with that.
I think, you need to be in touch with your emotions to be able to write good songs.
I don't think you could write like emotional songs if you weren't.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
So. And the fact that you and Kyle wrote the song together is just so sweet.
It's so sweet. I love that song so much. Just because of like the whole writing process, who I got to write it with, who it's about, the lives that it's touched. Like to me, like my favorite part of doing music is like seeing other people like really deeply connect to it. And like to me, it's such an honor to have a song get used for such a huge life moment. Seriously. Like a wedding, you know, like that's such a big deal. And there's
people
so
dream
many
about
songs.
their father-daughter dance song for years, like since they're a child. And the fact that so many people have used Give You Away as theirs, like Give Me Away. That's so special.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No, seriously, it's just been like a dream come true.
That's amazing. Okay, so also, you just had your wedding.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not married. I feel like you have all the tips of the do's and don'ts of the... Because also you see a wedding. I mean, I've been to a few of them like that, my family. But you see so many like videos of like, I'm planning my wedding. These are the things I'm... But it's kind of hard to tell like until you actually are there on that day. Like, what are the things that you actually notice? What are the things that like are such a waste of money? What are the things that like are most important? Or the cute things like people will do little like... photo books, or you see ads for like, oh, every guest should capture a video on their phone and then submit it to this site, or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Let me think. Best like wedding tips. To me, Kyle and I walked away from it being like, what we felt like stood out to us the most at the wedding was just like the amount of love, like that we felt from each other, but also like from our people, and just really being in the moment. I feel like you spend all this time planning and like you kind of drive yourself nuts over the details, but like at the end of the day, like that's not what we took with us. So I think I would just like really hold on to that, and I'm glad that people did tell us that, like to take little moments to check in and like just take a step back, walk away from the walk away from the reception, and like just watch all your loved ones like just being so happy and to focus on each other. I just am really grateful that we did that. But as far as like the fun little decor and details and stuff, I'm really grateful that I was planning my wedding amidst like a lot of my other friends planning theirs. So I kind of had girlfriends to bounce ideas off of and be like, oh my gosh, like wedding planning is like this right now. And she's like, oh my gosh, girl, I feel you, you know, like it's nice having friends that have gone through it or are going through it, who can just be real with you. And one of my very best friends, her name is Annalisa. She was a bridesmaid in my wedding. She got married a few months before Kyle and I did. And she told us like wedding planning is kind of like a lot of little heartbreaks because you have these, which is a very real thing. You have this Pinterest board dream as a kid. And then you realize that everything adds up to be a lot more than you thought it would be.
That's so fair.
And so I just really appreciate her telling me that because it's a lot of like having to pivot unless you want to spend way more money than you want to, you know? So it's a lot of like finding your dream and then DIYing it or realizing, okay, we're going to have to forego this and like that's okay, you know? I think it's really easy to like get into the weeds on stuff. Like at one point I was like, oh my gosh, I hate the chairs that we're gonna have to have at our reception. And then I was like, girl, they're just chairs.
Like no one's looking at
no one cares about the chairs. Like there's all these other things that matter just like so much more. And I mean truly it was our dream wedding in the sense that like I've never been happier. Like getting to marry Kyle was an absolute dream come true. Having everyone that we love there, just getting to dance and have so much fun. Like we did not want the night to end. Getting to see all the details that like we did get to piece together. We had a photo booth and getting to see people using that and like putting photos in a guest book and everyone like intermingling. It was just so much fun. I wish I could have a wedding every single year, but I would never want to plan a wedding ever again. Like one and done.
It seems like so much work. And were you just doing it yourself, like you and Kyle?
Yeah, my mom thankfully was like such a help. My mom is like very type A, and I am very much not.
To plan a wedding.
Yes, she was so much help, and like Kyle and I would go down. My parents live about 50 minutes away, so we'd go down to their house like pretty much multiple times a week, and like that was the designated, we had like a designated wedding room there.
Oh my gosh.
And we would just do like a different project like every single time we were there.
That's
so
wild.
Like obviously the vision like came from Kyle and I, probably more me. He's kind of along for the ride with it. And we DIY'd like a ton of stuff, which honestly it was a lot of work, like a lot of work, but there was just so much love that went into creating the wedding too, that like, I think we just like looked around the room at the end of the night and we were like, wow, like we're just so grateful. 2 of my bridesmaids like literally did my whole entire flowers.
Oh my gosh.
They're florists.
No way.
Yeah. Like,
because aren't flowers one of the most expensive parts of a wedding?
Yes, very much so. But doing it yourself, like we saved so much money. Yeah. We had so much fun doing it too. Like my mom and I helped, but you know, my friends Caitlin and Casey are the florists. So they were kind of telling us what to do and kind of fixing our work behind us. But no, we saved money and like it was so much fun. We had like a little flower shower where we all hung out at the venue and like had some wine and put together the stuff. Like truly it's just like making those memories made the day like so much more fun.
And at the end of the day, like it's all about who you're marrying, like and being so in love with this person. I don't know if I feel like maybe I had told you this, but I don't know if I had ever told you the first time that we met, which the three of us were writing, you, me, and Kyle. Yeah. You had gone out of the room for something. And then Kyle like whispers to me, I'm going to propose.
Oh, are you kidding?
That was like 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm going to marry that girl.
Oh, stop it. That's so cute.
It was so cute.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's adorable.
I don't know if he had like how early on, because you guys had been dating for a few years.
Yes.
But he was just so in love, and you could tell. And
I'm trying to remember what time of year we wrote. Like, I wonder.
Spring of like 2 years ago.
So he proposed in November. So he was telling people kind of early on, which is.
He wasn't worried about keeping the secret.
Well, that surprises me because like I told him I'm really hard to surprise. Like I'm really hard to surprise. I accidentally like ruin everything, like unintentionally, but he fully surprised me. And he was like even careful like amongst family members. Like my mom didn't know that he proposed until the day of.
Are you kidding?
And he asked my dad like the day before, which like was intentional, not like a last minute thing, but he's like, I don't want it to get like accidentally spread around the family. So
he must have only been telling strangers then.
No, that makes so much sense. Like
ruin it.
I knew he told a few like writers and stuff, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if someone would have like, I'm just surprised I didn't. But catch on. And good for you for being a good secret keeper.
Well, you know what? I felt like that would have been a really bad first impression if I spoiled the biggest surprise of your life.
So funny.
We would have never gotten to become friends.
I'm dead. That's hilarious.
That is so cute. I love that. And for engagement, when he proposed to you, what was the story behind that? Because I remember seeing a video, like a really cute video of you guys, but I don't remember like where you guys were. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's actually so funny. My friend Sarah Davis calls me up, I swear, once a month to be like, hey, I'm hanging with a new friend. Can you tell your proposal story? Like, it's so funny. It is very like in depth and kind of crazy how it all came together. So like I said, I'm really hard to surprise, so I knew he kind of had his work cut out for him. So he set it up as a photo shoot. So occasionally I'll do like photo shoots in town for boutiques and stuff. And so he had this brand, Uncommon James. Are you familiar with the jewelry company? Yeah. So he's a friend that works there, and he's like, hey, huge favor to ask. Can you DM Riley on Instagram, just asking for her email, and just be like, we have a photo shoot opportunity we want you to be a part of. Once the email is there, I'll take it from there. So I get this DM, and they're like, hey, Riley, we want to like do a partnership for a holiday photo shoot. Can I get your email? So I don't think anything of it, send the email, and I get this email from like this whole company, which was actually Kyle. He set up like a whole fake email team. He went into like these people's LinkedIn and pulled their photos. So like it looked so legit.
You're joking.
And sets up this whole photo shoot, tells me like what I'm supposed to wear. It's a jewelry photo shoot, so my nails need to be done neutral so they're not distracting in like the close-up shots. So I'm ready to go on this photo shoot. He tells me 2 weeks before the photo shoot that he's going to go do this writing retreat in Kentucky. So I don't think anything of it. I'm like, I'm going to this photo shoot. He's out of town. I don't want to sound like a crazy person, but like if I know that he's traveling somewhere, I'll check his location. I want to make sure his car is moving along the road, you know?
Yeah.
So to commit to this bit, he drove a burner phone up to Kentucky, buried it in the woods. This is so crazy. I know.
This is so excessive wild and amazing.
It's so excessive. But like, unfortunately, he said it was Kentucky, so of course he had to, because I'm gonna make sure he got there okay. Yeah. He ends up spending the night in a hotel in Nashville, wakes up the morning of the proposal. His dad's like, hey, the phone shut off the location because he buried it in a tin can. So he like goes back up, drives up the morning. This man drove to Kentucky, Kentucky and back like 3 times. Because of the location going off, which like if he wanted to, he would, ladies. Like, it's you a man that'll drive to a different state.
If he wanted to, he would.
I just think that's so funny. But anyways, I roll up. I am at the photo shoot. I'm posing with like the jewelry. They have these prop boxes.
Wait, so who was there at the photo shoot?
So there was a photographer and there was a videographer, which I have now learned is one of Kyle's very good friends that I actually had like met in passing, but I didn't place it. But he was there filming, and like looking back, I remember being like, oh my gosh, he's got like a movie grade camera. Like, why do they have this for like BTS? But like, I was like, okay, they really full sending it. I love it. Lo and behold, he was there to film the proposal. But I'm posing with these prop gift boxes, and the photographer is like, now like pretend to open it up and act like there's something inside. And then she goes, now is there something inside? And I open it up and there's a giant paper airplane. And for context, Kyle and I threw paper airplanes off of his balcony on our first date. And so I was like, that's weird. And I turn around and he's there and like getting down on one knee. And I was just so in shock. He like totally pulled off the surprise.
That has to be one of the best proposals and most thoughtful proposals I've ever heard of.
Aw, yeah, he really did.
Oh my gosh.
Great job. Very thorough. Fully
Seriously.
surprised me. It was so sweet. Yeah.
Ladies, if he doesn't drive to Kentucky and plant a burner
no matter what state he's in, drive to Kentucky. No, I'm kidding.
To surprise you, he is not your man.
Or it just shows that I'm crazy and maybe I need to stop checking locations.
Or you found the match
That's
to your
true.
crazy.
That's true. I did. I truly met my match. He's the best.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I just love that story, and just the way that he did it is so sweet.
And I think it's so cool that you both like work in music and you have, you're not doing the same career, but you're kind of, you get each other's careers because you both are kind of in that field.
Mm-hmm. No, I say that's such a gift in our marriage and our relationship, like doing the same thing. Like you said, we do it differently, but just both working in the music business and like getting to work together is just such a joy. And also like having that deep understanding. Mm-hmm. I think the music business is kind of its own animal and like a very different type of business. And I feel like a lot of people are split on whether they're like, I want to be with someone in the music industry, or they're like, heck no, like I want to like shut that off when I get home, and have done both. But for me, it's such a joy having that understanding. And Kyle and I met through songwriting, and we continue to like be each other's favorite songwriter, which is so fun. And then also for him to be my producer and just like overall creative partner. He helps me film a ton of my content. We're together all the time, which some people are like, oh my gosh, how do you guys do it? But like, we just truly are each other's like very best friend. And so it's just so sweet to get to like support each other's successes and like also be involved in them and just really have that deep understanding. And it's such a gift.
Like being in music, you really have to work hard to stay true to yourself and find your voice and find what you want to say creatively. And having someone who knows you so well, when you're writing songs to like help you get your voice out there has to be so special.
It is. I think sometimes like when I'm in a writing session and maybe I'm not like feeling something, or I feel like it could be said differently, like Kyle will like call me out on it because he knows me so well. He's like, no, we need to dig deeper, and I'm grateful for that. He does really know me so well. Sometimes I find it funny if we're writing, and I'm curious if we did this in front of you, but like sometimes we'll just be like, he'll throw out something, I'll be like, no. And he'll say something and he'll be like, no. Like, because we just write so much together that we can just be so blunt with each other.
You can be honest.
But it's really funny. Really, I'm like, oh, I just hope we're never like that couple in a writing room. Or I don't want anyone else to think like we would like be that blunt with anyone else. But it's like, I can like read his mind, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No, when you write with people who write together all the time, I feel like they have a different dynamic where they'll just be like super honest, be like, that is horrible. Like,
and I have that with my friends too, like where we can just be like so honest. And I am really grateful for that because I feel like it allows you to really dig deep and like get the best out of each other. But it is really funny, like outside looking in, like just like, no.
You're like, wow, they're kind of mean.
Yeah, no, literally. But I'm like, more honesty. Come on.
Okay, normalize honesty.
Normalize it. I love it.
So what's next for Riley Roth?
Yeah, I am gearing up to put out my next single July 11th, which I'm very excited.
Twins. I have a song coming out on July 11th.
There's magic in the air. Yay! July 11th. I love it. I love when I share a release day with my friends.
Right?
I'm like,
it's
the energy is just like
supreme.
There. We'll be rooting for each other.
I love that.
I'm so excited. It's a song called Can You Hear Me From Heaven? I posted a TikTok of it years ago. Genuinely, again, not thinking it would be anything. I wrote it to help me heal amidst losing my late producer, Busby. I wrote it like the day like I found out about his diagnosis with glioblastoma. And my co-writers, actually Kyle, it was the second write we ever wrote together, and Molly Reed Grayson, we all just kind of felt like this song needed to be written that day. And obviously no one wanted to write a happy song after discussing something as heavy as that. And Kyle at the time had just lost his grandmother. So I wrote this song very much healing through that, or trying to heal through that, and posted it a few years ago. And it's been one of those songs that just kind of has really organically grown. I haven't really done like a heavy push with it, but it's been asked for years, and I never really felt ready until now, and I'm very excited to have it out in the world. It's another one of those songs that just has really touched my heart, seeing how it's touched other people's lives, and it's another one of my daily TikTok cries, seeing people's posts with it. But truly, I think it's just such a gift to like get to be the voice to help someone heal through that, or like let them know they're not alone. So that's what's coming next for me. I'm really excited for it to be out, and just planning on releasing like a ton more music this year. So I am pulling the work boots up.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear
all
the
recording.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited to hear all of the new stuff. Where can everyone hear it?
Yeah, I have music out everywhere you listen to it. Also, you can find all my updates on www.rileyroth.com. And I'm on all the socials. I feel like I'm always...
And if you want to cry...
Yes.
Happy tears.
Yes. If you want to cry...
Riley's TikTok.
I'm dead. Yes. I'm on all the socials. So we can go be friends there.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, Riley. I had the best time chatting.
No, this was such a great conversation. I appreciate you having me. It's always such a joy hanging out with you.
I know. I always love hanging out.
Oh, appreciate you.
And thank y'all so much for watching this episode of New Friends. It would mean so much if you would subscribe and leave it a good review. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of New Friends. I really hope you loved it. It would mean so much to me if you'd subscribe to my channel on YouTube and send this to someone who you think might enjoy it. Hope to see you in the next episode.